former president of the Nigeria Bar Association, Olumide Akpata, has reacted to the development in Rivers State.
I was stunned like everybody else to hear. Here in Kigali, I received a call telling me or informing me that the lawyers representing one of the candidates in the just concluded Rivers State gubernatorial elections, his lawyers were picked up in their hotel rooms in Port Harcourt, arrested by the Nigeria police. The lawyers were arrested. And not only were they arrested, their work tools, their laptops, all of the exhibits that they have, or the evidence that they intend to present at the tribunal on Monday, all of these were seized by the police. And I made my calls, did my investigations, and it's bizarre. It's actually quite bizarre that we have sunk this low. Well, about an hour ago, I was informed that finally, after about 12 hours, the lawyers had been released, after a lot of pressure had been put on the authorities, those are the helm of affairs of the police. But at the last time I checked, they were taking inventory of the items that were seized or the items that were seized by the police in the first place, just to be sure that these things have not been tampered with. This election petitioning is a very, very delicate exercise, and the lawyers or the parties are very, very, very careful about the evidence that they deploy or that they put before the tribunal. To think that the police will seize all of this. And would you believe what the charge is? The charge, I am told, is that the lawyers were accused of forging one of from EC8. The INEC from EC8. That's the charge that the lawyers were, and that I am told that the police insisted that they must see the resident electoral commissioner in Rivers State to come and confirm that from EC8 that the lawyers had in their possession was actually a certified true copy issued by INEC. I mean, how ridiculous can we get? So, I mean, it just gives you a sense, it gives you a flavor of what we have in store for us. And like I've always said, it's not about political party. It's not about sides, taking sides. The individual, the party, the individual, the candidate is the candidate of the APC who has suffered this fate today.
Now we are now being joined by the Rivers State APC governorship candidate, Tonyeko from Port Harcourt, the state capital, where he reportedly spent a night in a bid to secure the release of the lawyers as well as the documents. We want to say thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Cole. And like we heard from Olumide Akpata there, Iringe Koko of the River State Police Command has actually said that they got a tip-off that some unknown lodgers were seen carrying packages in and out of the rooms and printing suspected election materials. And that is why they were arrested. What do you have to say to that?
Thank you, Aaron, and thank you, Olumide. First and foremost, I don't know where the police got their tip-off from. What I know is that we had lawyers. The lawyers were doing their legitimate business. They had Form EC8A and EC8B forms, which were all our agent forms. The entire forms by our agents brought into them so that they can do their analysis. This is vital evidence. Now, they got in there, and I'm sure the lawyers would have identified themselves. Obviously, if they went in to arrest them, I'm sure they would have told them that we're doing legitimate work. Instead, they were carried away. We suspected foul play immediately, and that's why we began to fight this case immediately. Arresting lawyers, taking critical evidence, collecting the draft. They took the draft of our lawyer state processes as they were working on it, handwritten drafts of legal briefs carried as well. We couldn't leave those documents at all.
All right. The NBA, the current NBA president, has actually said that the police involved in this should be sanctioned. You were there at the state CID, and as reports actually have gone around, that you actually kept vigil with the police and the lawyers. Make sense of all that transpired.
Yes. And
do you think what the NBA president is actually saying, that police officers should be sanctioned, is the right call at the moment?
Yes, I agree 100% with the NBA president. But it's important to state that in Rivers State, we have two Nigerian police force. It's crazy, but we have two sections of the Nigerian police force. We have one that reports directly to Governor Wike. He built a police station for them in his property. The police station, they have more policemen than the state police force, and they do his bidding. They do his bidding immediately. These were the ones that went to do the arrest. They went in there, arrested people. These are, if you talk, they talk around town. If you want to hear them, just different. Where is Wike's police station? They will tell you. Who are Wike's policemen? They will tell you. And they are very different from the normal police. It is because of the pressure that came from NBA and the pressure that we called the IGP, we called the DIGs, we called everybody. We sent messages to President Buhari. We went everywhere yesterday. Because of that pressure, they now transferred all the wahala from Wike's police to the normal police. And of course, we ended up having a case with CID, looking through the CID and all of that. But the damage had already been done. Had this pressure not come, and I have to thank the NBA and everybody who stood up, had that pressure not been done, I don't know what would have happened to our documents. So there are two police forces in Rivers State, and the Nigerian police force has to stop this. Because obviously somebody has given permission to Governor Wike to have his own Nigerian police force, who are members of the Nigerian police, but they are better paid, they have better vehicles, they have better police stations, and they report to him.
All right, so political analysts are a little bit baffled, understanding that you belong to the ruling party here in Nigeria. And they would have, they are also expecting maybe better treatment or maybe a little bit of cover, being that you belong to the All Progressive Congress. What is the national body, or what is the national doing, the national of the party and its ESCOs doing in regards to this particular case? Because clearly they would have read, seen, and actually probably even witnessed all that is actually going on right now. Why are you not getting, for lack of a better word, federal might behind you in this fight for justice?
You know, there has been such great anti-party activity in Nigeria. I've never seen things like this. But as far as the National APC is concerned, I know that the National APC supports what the Rivers APC is doing. Now, we are waiting to hear from them because I've been locked up with those documents, watching the documents, sitting and making calls left, right, and center. I'm expecting that the National APC is going to issue a condemnation of what happened to the lawyers and APC at the state. Immediately after this, the state APC has a press conference and we're going to address all of these things. We expect the national to do the same. But once I'm done with this, we start our conversation at the national level.
All right, start your conversation at the national level. Okay, I've known you as a businessman for years. And some have said that might be your undoing, so to speak, understanding that you're not a politician, so true and true. Reason why people say this is maybe they don't see you as a man that is ready to fight dirty. Do you think as a gentleman, as a businessman, this probably takes away from the ability to be gritty when it comes to Nigerian politics?
So if Nigerian politics and being a politician refers to your ability to kill people, ability to maim people, ability to intimidate people, ability to arrest people at will without charge and all of that, I have no interest in being that type of politician. And I think Nigeria needs and deserves different. We've had elections in Nigeria of which across board, you are seeing states mourning. 36 states, I think 28 states or thereabouts, had elections for gubernatorial elections, and 36 had for House of Assembly. Only one state in Nigeria had people come out and rejoice. Every other state was like there was a funeral that went through. And what does this tell you? It tells you that people are tired and fed up of what you described just now as politicians. Those who are ready to kill, those who are ready to hijack, those who are ready to commit electoral fraud, those who believe they are above the law and can get away with everything. I represent a different type of politician, a different type that Nigerians are waiting for, who are interested in the people and interested in doing the will of the people. And we will make it. We will win. Believe me, Nigeria is fed up of what we see. Just listen to all the comments internationally and nationally about our elections. Are we proud of this? Are we proud of the elections that we had? We're not. And that's why I'm fighting this fight. And that's why I'm going to stand on this fight. We must change the way we view ourselves. We must change what we understand to be politics. We must change what we understand to be politicians. And if I represent the new type of politician, I'm happy. If I don't represent the one who kills, the one who maims, the one who intimidates, I have no interest in that.
All right, Mr. Onyekul, we hear that the APC River State are planning to lay siege on the INEC office. How true is that statement?
You know, I don't know. Well, so let's put it this way. We have another 5, from Monday, we have 5 days left to file. Now, imagine that INEC has not released one single CTC document. How do they expect us to file when we have not received a certified true copy of any of INEC's documents? We went there on Friday. There was no high-level INEC official in the office. They said to us, don't worry, come back on Monday. So tomorrow, being Monday, I personally will be at INEC's office with our candidates and other members of APC to demand what is ours. INEC should have done this 14 days after. It's past the 14 days. Well past the 14 days, they have not released one single document. Are they trying to make us fail? It won't work. So tomorrow we'll go there. And I made a promise, just as I did in the police station, that once I get to INEC office tomorrow, I'm not leaving INEC office without the documents. And so this is putting them on notice. It's not hidden. I said it on Friday. We will go there. We will go there with the press. And we will stay there. If the press wants to go back, I'm sleeping in INEC office tomorrow. We will collect the documents and we will leave so that we can file.
But there are talks. There are talks that you want to barricade the main entrance of the Independent National Electoral Office.
No, I personally do not want to barricade the main entrance. As a candidate in the election, it is my right to have the documents that I need to prepare for my petition and submit it in time. INEC will not, the Electoral Petition Commission will not give, tribunal will not give me one extra day on the excuse that INEC did not do its part. No, they must give it to me. Now, does INEC want to give it to me on the 20th day? Is that when they want to give it to me so that I will have a bad brief? I don't understand. So INEC has said, come on Monday. I'm taking them by their word and we will get there on Monday. If INEC says that they're not ready on Monday, I will bring my mattress and I will sleep there and I will wait for them because I must collect it. I am going to stay there and I will collect the documents so that I can go back. The lawyers can take it, prepare their brief so that, you know, if this is where they're leading politicians and all of that to get to in Nigeria, then they will know that there's a different type of stubborn politician that will stand for what is right and will stand to collect what is right. Let me go to the tribunal. You hijacked the election, you stole the election, you cheated me from my mandate at the election, no problem. Now we're going to the tribunal. You are not going to cheat me from my documents. These documents, I will collect them and I will present them at the tribunal. And let us fight that battle. That's the next battle that we'll fight.
All right, okay. It's almost like you're you're also probably by inference saying that INEC is almost colluding with some political parties, permit me to put it that way, in ensuring that they disenfranchise other people.
It's for them to prove otherwise. My experience thus far was that we have not been treated fairly. That's my experience. Now, I would like to believe that INEC is ready to prove otherwise. In other words, you get a court order, obey it. You get an application for CTC documents, give it. When things are clear and straightforward, then nobody has any excuse to delay, play around and all. We're very suspicious that the time that it's taken to delay all of this might be used by the party that won, which is the PDP, to correct documents and make sure that everything looks kosher by the time we get to the tribunal. And we're not going to take that lightly at all, because that's what it's looking like. Why are you not releasing documents that should be released immediately if you don't have anything to hide. Now, my belief and my prayer is that when we get there tomorrow and we see the wreck and we see all the others, they will explain, there's some misunderstanding here, we are sorry, here, these are the documents, they were ready, maybe somebody went on holiday, somebody went to the toilet, they don't know what happened, but all the documents are ready, here collected, and go home in peace. We'll be happy. I'll leave, go and continue my work, and we'll meet them in court.
All right, finally, I would like to ask, you've mentioned that you've actually made a clarion call and an SOS call to the president and also the national leadership of your party. My question is very simple. What response have you gotten as the president called you? Has the president sent an envoy to your aid? What response have you gotten from the national body of the APC?
I would put it this way. By inference, the Rivers State Police Command received more calls than they expected. By inference, the INEC REC received more calls yesterday to support and make sure that the lawyers were freed, made sure that the documents were released between yesterday and today. And so I can infer from all of that the pressure through the president and the petition through the national body of APC worked. So as we stand today, I'm very happy with the reaction. I know that there is a national spotlight right now on Rivers State, and I expect that everybody will begin to behave, because it's just too dangerous to be a politician in Rivers State in opposition. Too dangerous. They arrest candidates at will, They threaten us at will. I've received 3 death threats in Rivers State. For what? Because I'm competing as governor. You know, it's just too dangerous to be here. And we must continue to put the spotlight that everybody must be allowed to compete freely, and let those who are popular and accepted by the people win. In Rivers State, the only way that people win in Rivers State is to stop the popular candidate and go and write results. This action will end.